Intuitive thoughts for May 6, 2026. I know I tell you guys that I don't really get nightmares, and I would say that I had two last night. They weren't really like full blown out nightmares. Like they were dreams that made me very uncomfortable. Both of which was not me. I wasn't me. So the first one, I was a very pregnant woman, younger, much younger. I had long black hair. I was in a boat that was not a very big boat, and I had a lot of stuff with me, and somehow the boat capsized. And it was weird because it was like the men on the boat were screwing around trying to go fishing when they weren't really fishing, and something happened to the boat. But there were a lot of people in the boat, and the boat capsized. And when I tried to help right the boat over because I was pregnant and I was trying to make sure that I got back into the boat was filled with a lot of water, and a lot of the people who were on the boat all of a sudden were missing. And then what made this that wasn't even the scary part of the dream. The scary part of the dream was when we got to shore. I was very concerned for my health because I was very pregnant, and I'd been sitting in a boat full of water the entire time I got to shore. Nobody wanted to help me make sure I was healthy, and nobody wanted to go look for the people who were missing. And it was almost as if nobody cared. And I think that was the part that really bothered me. It was very stressful. I also think that one of the people in the dream might have been named Stephanie, because that was something that I remember as a vivid detail from the dream. Also, it was like nighttime. When this happened, it was nighttime. And I think that was also part of the reason why I couldn't find the people who had fallen out of the boat, because I just couldn't find them. I was trying to gather all my things and gather things that were floating, but I couldn't gather the people. And I remember being very concerned about that. And when we got to shore, people were like, oh, well, they probably just got eaten by sharks. Just kind of blunt. But it was a detail. Sharks were a detail. So I don't know. I'm going to put that out there. The second one, I was definitely not me because I was male, and I had taken the life of somebody else because that person had threatened me, and my safety was in question. And I felt it was justified, but I didn't think that the law would feel it was justified. And I had called in to get some answers or suggestions or clues from somebody that I thought that I trusted. But then when I was on the phone call with them and they were doing their thing and looking at the whole situation, I realized that now I was compromised, because at least if I was doing it by myself, only I knew what happened, and now somebody else knew what happened. And now I felt even more unsafe than I did before. And that was a very real feeling. The details of the dream, that there's going to be some evidence that is in the wall between two rooms, and the clue of that will be hanging on the wall in between them. So I saw that, and I know it sounds vague, but I'm using references that are actual real places that aren't going to make any difference to you guys. So I also feel like part of the body will be found in a suitcase. Other parts of the body will not, and that they would be separated, but there'd only be one part that was found in a suitcase. And the person that was asked for help was well known. It was somebody that was pretty well known. And they asked for help because they thought this person would give them some insight as to how to make sure that this is A, covered up, and B, defended. And instead, they walked away feeling like I just sold myself. But, and the person that they referred to was female. I don't know if that's going to make a difference. And she wasn't from this country, I don't think. So again, I don't know what that's going to mean. But I was a male. I was a guy in that one, and I was a young pregnant woman with long black hair in the first one. So we'll have to see where those go. There you go.